Alright, so this is the lecture number 81 in our DSA series, and you already know we are solving the problems related to strings. We are done with our arrays. So this would be our first problem over strings, and this is an important also. And this problem covers two concepts. So first of all, the problem is for calculating and printing all substrings from a string which are palindromic. So I am going to explain what are palindromic string, and second one is I am going to explain how we can detect all the substring from a string. Right? So let us jump to the video which we are going to see. So we are going to see an important problem which is all palindromic substrings. Fine. So the question is, let us suppose we have been given a string what A, B, C, and A, not A, B, A, D, C, and what D, A, F. Let us say you have been given this string. What you have to do, first of all, calculate all the substring from this. So what could be all the substring? Let us say this is also a substring, this is also a substring. Each character is the substring of a string, and AB is also a substring, BC is also a substring, ABCBA is also a substring, BADC is also a substring, and what this complete string is also a substring, and along with that CDAF is also a substring. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to write a logic for calculating the substring, and then we'll see which substring is a palindromic. So what is the palindromic string? Palindromic is like this. Let us say if we have A, B, C, B, A, the strings which is similar to from right to left and like right to left and left to right. Let us see, you can see A, B, C, B, A, and from here A, B, C, B, A. This is a palindromic string. Let us see this into numbers also. Let us say we have 1 to 1. So this is a palindromic number. So 1 to 1, 1 to 1. Let us say we have 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So this is also a palindromic. Why? 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. The string or the number which states that reading from left to right and right to left, which gives the same result, is a palindromic number or a string. So this is about the palindromic, but before that we have to write a logic for calculating all the substrings. So what we can do, let us see this into action directly, how we are going to write the logic for calculating the substrings. So for that, first of all, I will have to take the input from the user. So in the previous video, what I told you, how we can take the input. Like, see, if you are directly coming here, then this is not the good place for you. If you are beginner into the strings, if you don't know strings, how to take input and what are the useful method, then you should watch my introduction video about the string, which is just before this video. So I would be putting the the video link into this description box. You can check out from there. So that is the recommendation part from my side, that you should watch that video first before this. So how we used to take the input from this, from user. So scn dot next. Yes, now we can simply use next as we already have one word into the string. So what we have to do, I will have to write a loop. Let us say I'm iterating over each character of a string. So if I have to iterate, let us say over each character, let us say you have been provided this string A, B, C, D, E, F. So if you have to iterate over each character or each substring of a string, then what you have to do, like till when I will have to write the loop? This is the question. In the introduction video of a string, what I told you, we have a method called length, which will return us the length. So in this case, 6 is the length of the string. So we have to traverse, of course, till 6. So that is why we have a method called length. So we will write s dot length dot I plus plus. So the logic is how we can print all the substring. First of all, we have to print all the substring of a string. So for logic for printing of the substring is start from here, go till here, print this string. Start from here, go till here, print this string. Start from here, go till here, print this string. Start from here, go till here, print this string. Start from here, go till here, print this string. Like by doing the same approach, we'll do this. And if this is finished, then start again from B and press print and B, again print B. Start from B, go till C, again print BC. Start from B, go till this B, again print BCB. If this is done, then start from C again and go till C, print C. Start from C, go till B, print CB. So this way we will be able to get all the substrings from a string. So let us see in the code. So what I'm doing, I'm going to all the characters into this string. Let us say A, B, C, D, E, F. I'm going to all the, going till here. So let us see. Now if I'm here, let us say firstly if I'm here, then what I have to do, I have to go till each character again to print the substring. So of course I will have to write another loop. I am expecting that you are understanding this logic. Then we have to write another loop. If it is not understandable by you, then you should watch my previous series of the videos, which were like, you have to start from beginning of the DSC series. Like we are on the 81 program and you are directly come here, then of course this is not going to understandable by you. So you should start from at least the array problems, fine, so that you can understand this. So of course I will have to start another loop, and I will be writing, j would be starting from I plus 1. Why I plus 1? I will explain you. And j will go till sc dot length equals to. I will also explain why we have to write till equals to. So see this very carefully. A, B, C, D, E, F. I want to calculate the substring. So of course I am going to use the substring method here. This is the application of substring method which I explained in my previous videos. So if you know in substring what we used to pass, in substring we used to pass the initial index from where we have to start. Let us say 0, and let us say I want a string till here, so I will have to pass index for this character. So that is why I'm writing till here. Let us suppose if I am here in this loop and I want this f, then how will I am going to write? Of course I will have to write substring of 6 and 7, but if I write like till less and j less as that length, then it will go till 6 only, it will not go till 7. So that is why I have written equal to sign. And why I have started from this here? So if you will provide substring from 0 comma 0, then what it is going to provide? Of course nothing. Why? Because this is the starting point, of course it will consider it, but this is the ending point, so the ending point is also 0, and the point which we used to provide here, it excludes that element, so that is why it is not going to consider this. So that is why I have to start from I plus 1. Like if I provide 0 comma 1, then only it is going to provide me a, it will not provide me ab. If you are confused with this, then you should watch my introduction video of strings. So let us see, I'm getting substrings into sub as, see this scr dot substring, beginning index is what? I, and end index is what? J. So by this I will be able to get all the substring. Let us print till here whether we are getting all the substrings or not. So println. So let us see, I am printing sub into this, and we'll have to write semicolon here, not colon. We'll have to change this condition to j. And is there anything else? I don't think so. Let us run it again, because we have missed that condition, that is why we were not getting the exact output. Let us not write AB, this is the large one, but still let us see what we are going to get. So see all this substring, we are getting all this substring in this form. So of course this is large, let us provide only ABC. But the thing is, we are getting all the substrings. So what will be the substring? A, B, C first, and A, B, C, all of them are substrings, and then A, B, A, B, C, you can see A, A, B, A, B, C, and then B, B, C, and C. So all these are the substrings. So in all of these substrings, we have to print only those substrings which are palindromic. So for detecting the palindromic substrings, I will be writing a private method, or I can write the code into same main method, but I want to follow the OOPS approach. So I will write a palindromic method which is palindromic, and will receive a string, let us call str, and we'll check whether this string is palindromic or not. So the main logic is for just for checking palindromic. So if string is like this, a, b, c, and ba, As you can see, this is palindromic. Why? ABC BA from left to right and ABC BA from right to left also. So what we'll do, we'll start from 2 pointers, this and this. We have 2 pointers. We'll check these. If these are equal, then we'll increase this pointer and we'll decrease this pointer. Again, we'll check. If this is equal to this, then of course we'll increase this pointer and decrease this pointer. Now, of course, this is going to be equal to the itself also. So if this is the case, if the condition does not fail at any place, then of course this string is a palindromic. If let us say if I have A, B, C, D, A, so start from here this case. So both of them are equal. Till now everything fine. Now pointer will increase to it and this pointer will decrease to here. Now B and D are not same. So if any character of this string is not same, then we'll return from here that this string is not the palindromic string. So same logic we are going to use here also. So start from 2 pointers. So pointer approach can be anything from me and to from you also. You can use your approach, I can use my approach. So let us say what I am going to write is I can write while loop also, and let us write for loop. Int is equal to 0 and str dot length divided by 2. Why 2? Because if you look at here, we have to just check till here. We do not have to go till here. If like from till mid, we will be able to compare each of the each character of the string. So we have to just go till divide by length 2. We'll check if str dot caret. Let us see the example of this. We are going to use caret also. If caret of I equals to str dot caret what? Let us take length into a variable. So str dot length, and we'll use length variable here also because we need length many places. So better to take length into a variable so that we can reuse that. And here also we'll use length. So len minus I minus 1. If you do not understand this condition, that of course you have missed the video of reversing an array, even rotating an array, and even some videos from 2D arrays, because I have used this method in many programs. So you should watch those videos if you are confused why I have written this. Let me explain here also if you are do not want to go there. So what I am writing here, let us say if I is 0, so I want to compare this character and this character. So caret of 0, this will return me this. Caret of len is what? In this case len is 5 minus I, which is 0, minus 1, 4. So what is the index for this? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So of course this is going to return me this character. So that is why I have written this condition, so that we can compare each of the characters. Fine. I hope it is clear to you now. If not, then of course you should watch that video, reversing and rotating the array. Now if it is not equals to this one, then there is no mean to check for any other character. Written from here false. This string is not a palindromic. If this condition is not matched or not executed any time of complete string, then at the end of course this string is a palindromic. Then from here we need to return true. Now here let us see very small change. If is palindromic string is polyn, why it is not referencing that method? I don't know. Okay, so it is not referencing that because we have to define this method as static, because static methods can only reference static methods. So because main is static, so that is why is palindromic. Str is what? Sub. If this is palindromic, then we have to print it. If not, then we do not have to print. So this is the code. We are done with the code. Let us see this into action also, and I'm going to provide this string A, B, C and B, A. So let us say I am providing not A, B, C. Let us first provide A, B, C and B, A so that we can be sure. I hope it should print A, B, C, B, A because this is a palindromic string. So as you can see, it is printing this output, which is, let us analyze it also. It is printing A, B, C and all things. So A, B, C and B, A. So let us say it is printing A, like this is a substring, and of course single character is always a palindromic string, so it is printing it, and it is printing ABCBA, which is also a palindromic ABCBA, which is nothing but the complete string. So this is also a palindromic string. B is also a palindromic string. Now thing is noting here, this is also a substring of this, so BCB is also a palindromic from this complete string. So that was the most important point to notice from this question is, and CBA and all of them are palindromic strings. So if you worry about why it is printing B twice, because we have 2 times B and 2 times A, so that is why it is printing 2 times A, like it is not repeating any substrings. And the reason for that is we are starting our inner loop is from I plus 1. Fine. So this is the code for calculating all the palindromic substrings, and if you still do have any kind of confusion related to this program, then what you can do, either you can comment down below into the this particular video. If not, then what you can do, you can connect with me over LinkedIn. We can discuss the same problem over there also, and you can find the LinkedIn profile link into the description box. I have pasted already, and so that's it from my side for this video. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.